Where was I? Oh, yes, Deh'Mi. Once upon a time, there was a little shit named Deh'Mi. Because of his charred skin and unlimited potential for mischief, he deemed himself the leader of his brothers, and the other 3 Eh'Fi brothers didn't object. They liked having him as the leader and made up their own rankings to balance out the group: knowledge, charm, and strength. It wasn't long before the 4 of them started pulling pranks on their cousins Yah'Yehl and Cabrae until they were caught by their uncle Baya. Baya had no tolerance for children and forced all of the boys to help him plant the harvest and care for the land. Deh'Mi thought that work in the fields was dull and would often have his brothers cover for him while he slipped away to have fun. And this was no exception on the day Yah'Yehl returned home. At this point, Yah'Yehl had been away for a while. When he was born, Yah'Yehl was given the task of helping Yahya tend to the animals. But Yah'Yehl felt that he had a bigger purpose than just tending to filthy animals, and he rebelled. Yahya banished their son to Tulare in hopes that he would return level-headed, and he gave Yah'Yehl time to sort out his problems. Deh'Mi watched from the bushes as Yah'Yehl returned, embracing his father with a wide grin. But only Deh'Mi could see the silver dagger that lingered in Yah'Yehl's hand. For the first time, Deh'Mi was paralyzed by fear and curiosity. He silently watched the blade cut through Yahya, the wound gushing a golden liquid from their back. Yah'Yehl smiled, pleased with his plan to get rid of his creator, but Yahya only sighed in disappointment. Deh'Mi watched in horror as Yahya gripped Yah'Yehl by the throat and squeezed, telling him that he wished they could have gotten along. In a spray of sand and water, Yah'Yehl disappeared. All that remained in Yahya's hands was a clay pot full of murky water. This is the part where Deh'Mi should have ran back to his brothers and learned a lesson about following the rules. But that's not Deh'Mi's style. Instead, he followed Yahya back home and watched them fasten the pot to a golden net and hang it in their home. Once Yahya left, Deh'Mi immediately ran into the hut to get a better look at the remains of his cousin. He balanced himself on a nearby stool and peered into the murky water. He wondered if the same thing would happen to him if Baya found out he had snuck away, and laughed at the thought. But his laughter made him lose his balance, and he gripped onto the golden net to keep him from falling. The net tore free from its hold, and the pot crashed to the floor, letting out a tsunami wave of water. And that, my dear listeners, was the start of the Great Flood.